عباده الذين اصطفى أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم والله جعل لكم مما خلق ظلالا وجعل لكم من الجبال أكنانا وجعل لكم سرابيل تقيكم الحر وسرابيل تقيكم بأسكم كذلك يتم نعمته عليكم لعلكم تسلمون فإن تولوا فإنما عليك البلاغ المبين يعرفون نعمة الله ثم ينكرونها وأكثرهم الكافرون صدق الله العظيم وبلغنا رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Continuing the discussion in Surah Nahl about this part of Surah Nahl where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioning His blessing after blessing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has done to all humanity. So when we read about these blessings, we should remember that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told us that He is Rahman in this dunya. Rahman means somebody whose mercy spreads to everyone. So even those people who do not believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they are getting the benefit of it even today. So the sun is there, the moon is there, the food is there, the things that we talked about yesterday, for example, using the skins of animals or making tents from them or houses in which they find peace. All of these things, they are general. These blessings extend to even those people who do not believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who have not even recognized Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to begin with. But still, because Allah is Rahman in this dunya, Rahman al-dunya wa Rahim al-akhirah. Rahman in this dunya, His mercy is widespread, everybody gets from it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not care. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keeps on giving because this dunya and the things of this dunya in this world, they are not of value to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In the hereafter, the blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be special and intense very much for the people of Iman, the people of faith who have said La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, and that is the meaning of Rahim, somebody who is intensely merciful. So today the ayah that we recited, Allah has created for you Zilal. Zilal means shadows or shades. So Allah has made for you, for your benefit, shades from His creations, from what He has created. So there is creations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that have shade. For example, when you look around us, mountains, trees, all these things, when you think about the people of Arab at that time, the weather was intense, very hot, and this shade was of a lot of value to them. If there was no shade, then it would be hard for them to travel, it would be hard for them to survive. Now even as we in today's world we think about it, what if the things that we are so used to, that they give shade to us, what if they did not have any shade? We will be sitting in our house but no shade, because the wall does not give any shade, the roof does not give any shade. How hard life would be. In fact, today we know from science that the night time itself is because of the shade, the phenomenon of this shelter, that it blocks the light. The earth comes, that side of the earth where the light does not shine, and we are in shade. So we use that time to relax, and automatically our body goes in such a mode where it wants to relax and recoups its energy for the next day. If there was no shade, so these things that we take for granted, how big of a blessing they are, we can, if they are taken away from us, then we'll realize. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always protect us. On the day of judgment, there will be no shade for the people who have sinned in this world. There will be no shade for people who have not believed in La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has told us those people will be very special, who would have shade under the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on a day when there will be no shade. Some of those people, some of the people that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has told us are those people who remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in private. In privacy, they are alone, they remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and their eyes fill up with tears. Or such a person who gives in charity in such a way, very secretly. The Prophet ﷺ has said that he or she gives in charity in such a way that his right hand gives and even the left hand does not know about it. Similarly, a person who's called by a woman of stature and wealth towards a sin, and he says, I fear my Allah. There's other examples. So a just ruler, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us command over our own bodies at least. So if we use it justly. Similarly, a young person who grows old or grows up in the worship and obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, all these people are such that they will get the shade of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's throne on a day when there will be no shade. Similarly, in the hadith, the Prophet has mentioned those people who fast in the month of Ramadan, they will be gathered on a feast with the Prophet ﷺ under the shade of the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when everyone else will be hungry and thirsty and not without shade. These people will be happy with the Prophet ﷺ. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us among those. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. وَجَعَلَ لَكُم مِّنَ الْجِبَالِ أَكْنَانًا. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made for you shelters in the mountains, so all those caves and those dwellings. وَجَعَلَ لَكُمْ سَرَابِيلَ تَقِيكُمُ الْحَرَّ وَسَرَابِيلَ تَقِيكُمْ بَأْسَكُمْ. And made for you dresses or shirts, or sarabil literally translates to that clothing which is kind of long. Kurta, thawb, all those things come under it. Sarabila taqikumul har, that they protect you from heat. Wa sarabila taqikum ba'sakum, and clothing or shirts that protects you in your battles. So that would mean armor. كَذَلِكَ يُتِمُّ نِعْمَتَهُ عَلَيْكُمْ لَعَلَّكُمْ تُسْلِمُونَ. This is how Allah perfects His favor upon you so that you may submit. فَإِن تَوَلَّوْا, but if they choose not to submit and they turn away, فَإِنَّمَا عَلَيْكَ الْبَلَاغُ الْمُبِينَ, then the responsibility of the Prophet ﷺ saying that upon you is only the responsibility of convey the message clearly. Their way is that they يَعْرِفُونَ نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ, they at one point they are aware, they understand and they accept the favor of Allah. ثُمَّ يُنْكِرُونَهَا, then they turn away, yet they deny it. وَأَكْثَرُهُمُ الْكَافِرُونَ, and most of them are kafir. Literal meaning of kafir is somebody who's ungrateful, somebody who gets from someone and still turns away from them, who uses their favors and benefits and then still chooses to turn away and not recognize them. So this is the literal meaning of kafir. All these blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they understand and they are aware and they realize that these are blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, still they choose to do shirk and they hold their personal desire, their whims greater than the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from being among those kuffar. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us those who are always grateful, who reap the benefits and the mercies of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this world and the hereafter. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Allahumma inna na'udhu min zawali ni'matik wa tahawuli afiyatik wa min fujaati niqmatik wa min jami'i sakhatik. Rabbana taqabbal minna innaka antas sami'ul alim wa tub alayna innaka antat tawwabur rahim. Wa sallallahu ta'ala ala khayri khalqihi sayyidina wa maulana Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Ameen bi rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin.